Welcome back to Fully Electric. My name is Jerome, and this is episode 2 of Riding with Jay. Today we are going to the Electrify America Supercharger. There's several of them in my local area. However, only one have the 350 kilowatt charging units. So I'm going to go to that one today. That's about that one is about 30 miles. Doing the local roads. I think we're going to go through the local roads today. And on the freeway, it's much quicker, which is taking basically the Taconic north and then going on route Interstate 84. So, but instead of doing that, I'm just going to stay with the local Route 9. This is the local Route 9 that runs basically along the way. So the charger is actually off Route 9. So we could literally just stay on Route 9 all the way until we get to the charger, or get there quicker by taking the freeway. But these local routes are not bad. They're 2-lane roads, and I believe the speed limits on these roads are about 55 miles an hour, I guess stated here. And but what I'm going to do, actually, maybe I should start this now. I'm going to set the cruising speed at maybe 5 miles over. So let me switch back lanes here and just go in a cruising lane. Typically everyone drive on this road at least 10-15 miles over. So I'm going 5 miles over. I'm technically going slow. Oh boy. But I don't know. One thing in the US we really need to do is change all these old speeding limits, because they're the original reason why they were set this low was really just to save on gas. It was not even for safety. So, and modern cars are better stopping range and so forth. So, you know, it's really kind of pointless. So from a safety perspective, they are much better. And the fact that this is electric, yeah. So anyway, let me get this started. Now the great thing is, I really enjoy about this Mustang Mach here is the engagement, you know, to enable basically almost any feature you want. So there are a couple of things. Ford Co-Pilot360 is basically a suite of software sets, right? So if you just want intelligent cruise control, the portion which keeps you at a certain distance from another vehicle, but you steering the vehicle, you hit this right here. Just one press, it's set to the speed you're going to, and it will keep that speed. If the person slowed down in the stop and go traffic, this works great. Just hit it, and it'll just keep that distance. I have just one car distance set up, so that's pretty cool. And if you want to actually have it where it steer itself, which is the you know, the lane keep, they call that. So basically, even if the lane is making any kind of turns, the vehicle stay within its lane. So, but that's a part where you know, Tesla figure these two things are combined is called autopilot. So a lot of you folks that that may or may not have Tesla all know of the autopilot, and the function of the term autopilot is basically you know, a function of lane keep with intelligent cruise control and so forth. And I'll let this person merge here. No worries. I haven't enabled it yet, so I probably should have enabled it to see how the Mach-E would have handled someone trying to merge in. But anyway, and yes, but back to that feature. Not that I'm going to dwell on that, but anyway, The additional software set that Tesla added just gave additional capability where you have like navigate on autopilot, but of course that's in the full self-driving package. So, you know, and the changing of the lane indicator while you have the function enabled. So that's a couple of things where you know, you have to spend some decent amount of money to get even better feature than what this car can do. So far, and the experience of the combination of lane keep with intelligent cruise control, which is primarily just the autopilot functions I always use anyway. I never use a navigate on autopilot, and I never really care about changing the lane functions and so forth. Those are things I actually like doing just from a full safety perspective. So from my perspective, I actually don't feel or see any difference between the autopilot and the Ford 360 combination suite of software here. The important thing is later this year, Ford is going to release the ability for the hands-free driving, which will be part of the full Co-Pilot 360 set of software. So that will actually allow lane keep and intelligent cruise control, and of course hands-free, all combined. And I believe at that time the full map, access to the full map, digitally mapped roads logic will all be used. So this way the vehicle will actually give you even a much better experience than what you're experiencing even now today. And today it's actually fine as long as the road markings are good and you're not pointing the car directly into a sunlight. It is actually really nice. So let's see here. Let's switch to 45. Let's see if it picks it up. Boom, picks it up. 45. Nice. I wonder if that's a camera picking up, or I've always wondered if that's a camera, or if that's something you know, relating to like a on the map, the data of that software comes up. That I'm not really sure, but let me get away from this guy. He has a lot of junk, and his thing is not even up. So I actually don't want to be behind that guy, and I didn't realize that he was seriously unsafe there. But all right, let's just enable this. Keeping my hand rested on the steering wheel. It's doing all the steering. Don't want to go too fast over. Let me just change lane here. Now those guys are going to be merging, so let me see how it handles it. Okay, re-enable. The bubble is back up. It's doing the steering, so as you can see, it's doing its thing. Alright, so we just stay with this here. I gotta keep my hand here. Like, I can actually keep my hands off of it, but I think when I keep my hand off the wheel completely, and this is in a turn, so I'm not sure if you can see it well on the camera, but it's during a turn, the thing is, it will complain. There you go. So you have to end up, you know, just squeeze it. It just feels like a little squeeze or a little shake. Now typically I always drive like this, not to say of any style anyone else should be driving like, but this is the way I have always driven, with basically with one hand, and my other hand is usually on the gear lever back in the ice days. So yeah,
in 1/4 mile, be in the left lane, then turn left.
This is definitely not no navigate on autopilot here. Functionality. But I guess if you know, I ever had used that function, this would be where the difference would be to navigate on autopilot. And you have to get the full self-driving package for
Turn left
Tesla
at
to
the
have
traffic
this
light.
to get those particular feature. But again, I actually like doing this myself because you have these people who make these turns
At the
here.
roundabout, take the second exit to US 202.
That a lot of times as you're making those turns and you're turning with someone, they're literally turning into you or not turning properly, and it's really unsafe. So that's one of the reasons why, you know.
At the roundabout, take the second exit to US 202.
Okay, yeah, this thing loves to talk. I'm actually have the nav map here going. I probably should just turn it off, but we'll keep it going.
Continue 4 miles on US 202.
All right, there you go. So now it should probably be quiet. But yes, as I mentioned, the functionality of navigating autopilot would have put the vehicle in the appropriate turning lane, which is, of course, you know, that's where it went in, and make that turn as well. The problem with all that is, one, you have to have the full self-driving package to get that feature in a Tesla, and two, you have to have be part of the selective, I guess, group as well that have that full self-driving ability to turn on for it to recognize a stop sign and lights, and you know, making that particular turn there. Okay, so right now we're on this steep mountain. This is called Bear Mountain. It's in Upper Westchester, and we are climbing that mountain. West Point is also up here, a little further north here, but yeah, so this is basically Bear Mountain, and this is a nice tight single lane going up and down this mountain. It's a beautiful twisty roads. Later, like at night around 9 to 10 p.m., it's usually have very little traffic. So if you want to have some twisty roads fun, this is where you know, this is where you'd go, and to do so. There's still a bunch of other roads as well. That are similar in on Route 6 sections up this way, Mohegan Lake area and so forth. They have some really good ones too. So, but yeah, this is it's usually fun, and you get a treat when you go on top. There's not to dwell on these other autonomous packages, but I won't even mention name. The whole point is full autonomous vehicle where it just drives you. I don't know, it takes away the connection that you have doing certain things yourself. You know, it's almost like, how many of you would hear of, I guess, being chauffeured in a vehicle where you sit in the back seat or something, you know, by someone. Every little thing you have to do, it's doing it for you. Oh yeah, this is the rest area. This is right almost at the peak. Right here to the right of me is a peak, but this is a peak area from a road perspective. But yeah, oh, that's so beautiful looking. Oh, that is nice. Okay, yeah, that's nice. now we're going down Bear Mountain, and Bear Mountain Bridge is over here, which crosses the Hudson River. Now you can see the reason why I chose to just use a local road to come this way. I don't know, it's much more rewarding. And I'm using my cell phone, by the way, so I apologize for any vibration. I don't believe it has any gimbal feature stability built in, but it may have a little bit of digital stabilization, but I don't really believe it has much more than that. So we went over a lot of potholes, and there's a lot more to come, so you will get them like right here, so forth. So I do apologize if it's a bit shaky.
At the roundabout, take the first exit to US 9W.
She sounds so nice. It's like someone's voice you would like to listen to.
At the roundabout, take the first exit to US 9W. Continue 11 miles on US 9W.
Alright, so she won't bug us for another 11 miles. Awesome. Suite here. So we got Co-Pilot360 enabled, and so far this road is bumpy, but there's a lot of sharp corners. Good enough. It's taking it very well, as always. Looking behind me because people always go well over the speed limit, and I don't want to be impeding them from speeding. Let them go do what they need to do, right? So there you go. There's one thing I've always done, as far as whether I'm in the Tesla or I'm in the Mach-E, whenever I'm using basically Co-Pilot360 or autopilot, the function of this intelligent cruise control link key, basically, I've always either set it at the speed limit, depending on where I'm going, and using these local route. If I'm on the freeway, the major freeway, then obviously I set it to the let's just say the speed of the traffic, the flowing traffic. So I maintain that flow, and typically on the freeway, 100% of the time, I've actually never seen no one not speeding on the freeway. It's quite sad. But yes, I set it to the flow of traffic. So in other words, I find someone that is in a speed in which I like to go. So that may be whether it's the center lane or the passing lane, typically, and maintain the speed of whatever vehicle is in that lane. Look at this one. There's no markers on this side. It's a crappy marker on this side, and it's holding just fine. You can barely see it, and it's doing a fantastic job. Really enjoy this. As I said, I haven't seen any issue with it at all. It hasn't complained because I'm squeezing here, but as you can see the bubble, it's doing its thing, and it's quite nice. Alright, let's enjoy the rest of the ride. We're about 13 miles away. This guy's braking. Okay, finally saw it. Okay, well, yeah, plenty of room. So we're coming up to a sharp corner. Let's see. Maintaining it just fine. Oh, this is a long twist bend. Oh boy. And then it twists right back. I haven't tried the 360 on the Bear Mountain, only because every time I drive on there, I actually want to drive myself. I love the feeling of the twisty. I usually drive more spirited than what, if I leave that in the video, than what we just did just now. But the whole point is, whenever I come to a really nice twisty road, I really enjoy driving the vehicle. So I've never used a Tesla to do it either, all the years I had it, and more than likely, I may just do it just from a, just to do it as a test. But yeah, I really love driving Bear Mountain and twisty roads. I don't want to ever lose that. This thing is loving making that bend. Okay. It slowed down just a tad. Like you can say, I think it dropped 1 mile more. But I love the tuning they did on this. They keep it almost as if you're driving a vehicle. This is the same way I would literally do it. Even though it's artificial, it's somehow the intelligence of giving it a feeling of just someone driving that vehicle nicer. I really get a better feel. I know I'll make a video one day comparing this and driving on the same road back to back between the Mach and the Model 3. Alright, but anyway, we'll see. We're about 10 miles away. We go solid trail downhill coming off the mountain from here. Then there's a flat area. So we'll see. Very good. Okay. Enjoy this ride. I need to get some non-copyright music, so at least I get something going on here while I'm doing these cruises. Another thing would be awesome if Ford could add this is pothole awareness. parking.
In 400 feet, turn left on Quaker Avenue. Turn left on Quaker Avenue.
Oh, and I love the one pedal driving, by the way. It's been fantastic. Let's see. Go here. Lots of construction I see here. Okay, I think we have the nav system. Won't complain too much for a few seconds, but a couple observations I wanted to mention before. When I'm on Co-Pilot360, the posted speed limit is 55 miles an hour. In some section it switched to, I think, 50 and 55, but roughly 55 miles an hour. And in the construction area, that dropped to 35 miles an hour. And apparently it seems that the vehicle did not detect the 35 miles an hour. Now granted, I could see the sign well ahead because in the construction area, as you're leading up to it, they did not post the speed limit well before you get into that area. But as a driver, this is where the autonomous systems, as you develop these things, it's going to intelligently need to know that, hey, 200 feet away, I can see clearly a sign that says it's going to be 35. And I also can see clearly the reason why the speed limit is going to be adjusted based on the construction. And this is well before getting into the construction area. So I didn't like the idea that it was maintaining, I think 50 or whatever it is. We'll take a recap of that video. Going into the construction area versus starting to, slow down to match the fact that it's going to instantly go 35 and you're in a single lane type, no shoulder road and so forth. So that's the thing I think with these systems that needs to be fixed. And the same thing I've experienced in many years, constructions on the 95 and so forth. Even when you drive in a Tesla, it doesn't know either. And I have the full self-driving package, so that's
In 400 feet, be in the second lane from the left, then make a slight left turn.
okay. So we're at 10%. I'm almost at the charger, 2 miles away, and I will continue there. So hopefully I get to plug in at that amount and we can do the 10 to 80% test. Okay, so we made it here, as you can see, with 10% on the battery. And look at the little gun we got going on here. Alright, so next we're going to plug in. Okay, so we are plugging in right now. Okay, that should be firm enough. Alright, so it's initializing. Let's see what we get. Okay, zoom in. Alright, let's see how long it takes to do initialization. And again, I had started from the Electra America app, I actually started the session, so I'm not using plug and charge for this particular session. And I have my member service, there you go. That's my name. I hit continue, so we can see what we're getting. I'll wait for it. yeah, this takes a little long to delay, so you don't want to press it twice. If you press it twice, it may actually cancel out the charge. So just gotta wait for it and be patient. It will definitely show up. All right, it's already at. We missed the first part, but it's already at 12%. Wow, it's moving pretty quick. Now, as far as charging speed go, we're at 98 kilowatts. And again, didn't do anything special, just drive here, just so we can do the 10 to 80%. So this is a pretty nice cool battery. Already plugged in for, I guess, a minute. And as you can see, it started at 10%. And we are at the 350 charger. So hopefully we could see some better speeds real soon. And again, this is also the old, look like the ABB units. So we'll see if this session have any issue. I'm going to see if I can set up the camera to watch this, and we probably could do a full recording of this session. Let me just click that one more, and we should see how that goes. Alright, now it's already up to 100, and we'll see what that is. So let me get in the car, and I'm going to grab the little stand, and we can see if we could have this camera watch it here. Okay. Alright, so that's my mount. I'm going to put that on. Already at 15%. Quick cards. We got a full timing. Now we could try and see if we could zoom in on it over there, but that may be quite difficult. Let's see what the speeds are. Wow, okay. Next I'm going to do is later on, my next test I will do is will still be probably at 10 to 80%, but I'll probably run it down and do some yo-yo driving like Chris in Norway. Or maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. But we're definitely going to try to do it on a warm battery and see what kind of speeds we actually get. I'm also going to go to the new Scenic unit to also do a test there. See if there's a difference in performance as well. But so far we're going to be living here at 100 kilowatt, and it should stop charging until around 80%. Now, I don't know if the software update I recently got, which was literally yesterday, and that's April, today's date, I think today's the 16th or something. So anyway, so we'll see if that makes any difference. I'm going to try and charge it above 80% at the Scenic unit on the next test. But that's going to be another couple days from now. But in the meantime, we'll see what we get. All right, we're at 25, and we'll move on. So I'll just have this here. Unit will go back and forth for a while. I'm not going to fully record the entire session, because that's not the point of this particular video. But what I will do is, just before it gets to its 80%, maybe around 75%, we'll head back out there and record the last 5%. Alright, so stay tuned for that. Right now, we're going to be jumping from, I guess, 27%, and the next clip should start at 75%. Okay. Okay. As promised, it's at 75%, 75%, and 75%. Now, I was planning to basically wait here and see what it does, but I'm going to wait until, I guess it waits about 78%. I mean, it's gonna take another 5 minutes or so. Oh, by the way, as I mentioned, that's the ABB unit. Alright, 79%. We're already put this. Alright, so it's at 73 kilowatts right now, and we already spent 42 minutes. So basically 43. I think it is set up to automatically stop at 80%. It is 80 and I don't see it stopping, but currently 10 to 80% look like 43 minutes, 66 kilowatts. Let it run for a couple more seconds because I still see it running. There you go, then it hits 12. Alright, so now it drops to 12 kilowatts. At that point I hit it. And now we're going to unplug. Put that back here. And basically 43 minutes and 66 kilowatt added. Cost of $22. Alright, so that's our 10 to 80%. Get your screenshot going. That's an awesome screenshot. Okay, now I gotta do my hand sanitizing and get back in.